Greetings from the palatial Flaherty Estate in Wilmington, Delaware. We're located on 36,000 acres of private forest and farmland in a little known, little used area of the state. Behind me, you can see the butcher's house, the baker, the candlestick maker. It's kind of like Downton Abbey. Everybody who works on the estate, they live on this little niche, you know, in the middle of nowhere. We're filming this on a Ring doorbell, Ring Video 2 doorbell, made possible by viewers like you. Also, it's installed through the generous and diligent efforts of True to Roof. You know, we're starting to see a lot more of these Ring videos, and we're starting to see a lot more of the damage and the heartache they help avoid. You know, this video comes out of Texas. And this video is actually a twofer, so give it a watch.
This just happened 3 days ago. The young man came to the front door and rang this doorbell, but it was the video camera above it that captured the entire incident and led to his arrest.
What are you doing? I'm looking for Miss Laura Combs. My name
She doesn't live here. She don't live there anymore.
Look at this young man who rang Priscilla Wood's doorbell 3 days ago.
We were at the grocery store and my doorbell rang at 8:45 at nighttime. So I answered it from my phone.
The young man claims he's a deputy constable and looking for a woman named Laura. Listen.
I really can't speak on it, but if she isn't at this address, then I can't really talk to you about anything.
And that's fine. What did you say your name was?
Wood and her husband realized right away that something was wrong and continued to talk to the young man through that video doorbell until they came home. You can see on the video when the real constables actually showed up there in the background. Lance McClellan has since been charged with impersonating a public servant, much to the relief of Wood and her husband.
Had I been home, had I opened the door, you know, to see what he's doing there, you know, telling me that he's a cop, what would have happened after that?
As for neighbors who live in this otherwise quiet subdivision, they're just glad the video system worked and McClendon is now charged.
It's really scary. I'm just glad he's caught.
I don't think they'll be using that particular video of that black person trying to break into somebody's house under false pretenses. I don't think they'll be using that on any of the Ring Video 2 commercials. Oh, and by the way, if you think this is a cool system, I'll put a link to the Ring video in the description of this channel, so you can just click on it and go to Amazon and get yourself one in a big hurry. But was there anything else in that video you noticed that was weird? Did you notice how the long record the guy had? How he robbed somebody and he shot somebody. How long did he get? 1 year? Welcome to criminal justice reform, Texas style. Yes, it happens in Texas too. And now, now this is like a big thing, right? It's a big thing that black people do not belong in prison for any reason, no matter what. And now we even have a group that is very aggressive about raising money to make sure none of the fellas and their lovely ladies stay in jail for 1 minute longer than necessary.
Black folks have been sharing it, not only just in the United States, but like different black folks from different countries around the world. And that has been the most beautiful thing I think I've witnessed. A lot of folks are like, why Black Americans specifically? Because we're the ones who are disproportionately affected by the criminal justice system. I have a Black mom who's incarcerated. I was super moved and inspired. concept of abolition comes from the word abolition, which is the legal ending of black enslavement in the United States. As our presence in prisons and jails continue to increase, it's important to figure out different ways that we can reduce that problem. That's why people are so excited to join the movement and become abolitionists.
Welcome to Critical Race Theory in Action, where black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything, especially why cops are always putting black people in prison for no reason whatsoever, and that's why these clowns are trying to get them out however they can, under any pretenses they can. This is turning into like the great prison/jail breakout of 2017-2018. Did you notice, even though they said the thing was created by all black people this, black people that, did you notice when they got into the room full of people and they're explaining it? Oh, this crazy idea was all a bunch of white liberals going, oh yeah, that sounds good to me, that sounds good to me. Did you guys ever see that Richard Pryor? You should check it out. Richard, just Google, or I'll put a link to it in the description. I can't use the video here. But it's Richard Pryor talking about how he and Gene Wilder made a prison movie, a comedy. So he and Gene Wilder go into the prison, and he said before he went to the prison, he was down with the cause. He wanted to meet all the fellas because he knew they were in there for no damn reason. Then he got to meet all the prisoners, and Richard Pryor came to a startlingly different conclusion. Thank God for prisons. I don't think the people that make these little videos for getting black people out of prison, I don't think they've seen that particular Richard Pryor cut. I think it's from Live at Sunset. Because even Richard Pryor, the funniest and one of the most revolutionary comics of the last couple of decades, well, even he is still making the black kids angry.